Welcome, Twitchies, to the top 5 supports of the December Smite Twitchy League video. We're going to be talking about the top 5 Guardians that have been kicking butt over in the support role. Only Guardians made the list this time, but I think that number 5 is actually going to blow your mind that they made the list. So go ahead and hit that like button to support the Twitchiest community. Make sure you're subscribed, and let's jump into the Twitchin' video. Incon's Top 5 Support Edition. Number 5. Sneaking himself on the list with just enough time, it's going to be Atlas, our number 5 support in the Smite Twitchy League. Now, this one was very surprising, although data-wise, a lot of this is coming in after his hotfix, which made him way better. For those that don't know, Atlas was released, was very schmeh, and then he got a hotfix buff that made him way better. It gave him CC immunities on his dash. It gave him more damage on his ult. It was like a really good hotfix style of patch that you normally would see reserved for big patches. And because of that, he has gotten way stronger and has way more capabilities to actually help out with lane clear, CC, peeling, all of that. And so the newest Smite God has come in at number 5 on our support STL list. A huge part of this reason is gonna be from his 2 and his ultimate, which are his 2 best abilities. His ultimate is underutilized in terms of what it's actually good at. It's not a super great damaging ability, even though it has a little bit more damage. What it's actually great at is the debuff that it provides. It's a massive power / protection debuff on the enemy that can hit them a lot of times and stack up a ton, making it really hard to do a team fight against Atlas if his ultimate ever hits you. And on top of that, his second ability is fantastic CC. It's basically like a better Athena taunt onto a single target, is the way that you should kind of think about it. It is fantastic in the laning phase. It's fantastic for peeling. It's fantastic at the end of the game for initiating. It is just a bloody brilliant ability, and a lot of people are still in the process of learning Atlas, but once you do, I promise you're gonna be having a great time now. Number 4. Ymir is in fact higher. Ymir coming in at number 4 in the Smite Twitchy League support list. Ymir is pretty straightforward. Walls good. Ymir's wall ability really all season long has been extremely strong. The jungle paths are quite small this season. They have been the entire time, which means that Ymir wall totally blocks off entire paths in the jungle, which allows him to have an extremely strong 2v2 / 3v3 fight throughout the mid stages of the game with your jungler and your mid laner, and makes him a fantastic pairing. On top of that, he has very strong initiation capabilities. As long as you grab that blink on him, which you should be, you blink in, you freeze, all of a sudden they have to beads, or if they don't have beads, they're simply gonna sit there and die to your team following up, especially if you're utilizing comms and calling out the fact that you're about to go for a freeze, which allows your team to be able to follow up super easy peasy. The one downside to Ymir is that he doesn't have a true escape skill. Your wall can of course be used as an escape skill, and so can your frost breath, but you do have to be careful on your positioning on Ymir so you don't get like plucked out of control by somebody, plucked out of position by somebody like a Sobek. And as long as you get a wing blade pretty early, I like to get it about second on Ymir, get your Thebes, then get your wing blade. It'll help you deal with a bunch of slows coming your way so you can utilize your frosty breathy boy to his full potential. Number 3. Making our top 3 list, it's going to be the Hugbug himself, Capri. Capri, one of the most defensive supports in the game. His ability to keep a teammate alive is what he absolutely thrives at, whether it's throwing down the ultimate on a friendly player in order to keep them alive through rezzing, or simply to stop the enemy team from attacking them for the full 5 seconds so they don't accidentally give that res off. Either way, Capri ulti is one of the single best abilities in the game for keeping your team alive, as long as you press it, so make sure you're actually utilizing it in the fights. On top of that, typically when a god has really good capabilities to keep teammates alive, they usually start to lack in the lane clear department, but Capri actually has some of the best lane clear for his keeping you alive potential. And that is because of his second ability. If you use the second ability through the wave and have it hit your own minions and provide your own minions with mitigations, while you're also doing damage to the enemy minions, it means that you can help lower clear hunters actually move through the wave and get through the early laning phase, and then you're going to transition into the late game and be very strong. Number 2. Coming in at number 2, it's the Dharmic Pillar Boy himself, Ganesha. Ganesha's ultimate ability really is his bread and butter that makes him such a strong support. The rest of his kit is fantastic as well. His ability to build up stacks super easy from his passive means you're going to get that Thebes online really early. He's got the silence plus a knockup, which means he has a lot of CC, which can be useful on both peeling and initiating, but Dharmic Pillars is where it's at. Dharmic Pillars used properly, not only is it a lot of damage, not only does it block off targets, but it can also body block with the pillars as well. Those 4 pillars are physically on the map and can be used to body block people from going certain ways, and it is a fantastic damaging ability as well against objectives, Gold Fury, Fire Giant, etc., which means that he is a support that actually does contribute towards that objective gameplay. Even if you're not just out there zoning, he can actually do damage to it and help the team burn it down a little bit faster, which means you can go for maybe some little bit riskier plays on those objectives because you're going to have more damage than you otherwise would if you had a different support on your team. Now, if you would like to come be on my team in the Smite Twitchy League or come play with some other Twitchies, I'm going to let you know how you can get involved with the Smite Twitchy League. All of this information, of course, comes from our wonderful subscriber league over on Twitch, guys. And for January, through your help with things like mobile downloads reaching those goals, we've got over $1,500 in cash and prizes for the Twitchiest community in the month of January, as long as you play in the Smite Twitchy League. Our prizing structure is set up so that it's participation based. As long as you play in the Smite Twitchy League, you have a chance to win those prizes. You don't have to be at the top of the leaderboard in order to win. You just have to play a couple of matches. As long as you've played 5 matches throughout the entire month, you'll be eligible to win all of the rewards, guys. So go ahead and make sure you join the community Discord and you're subscribed on Twitch. Connect those 2 accounts together and you'll be able to see the passwords when the games get made. Games are played mornings, afternoons, evenings, weekends, weekdays, all platforms, all regions, all skill levels are welcome, and I hope to see you in the Smite Twitchy League. Number 1. Our number 1 support for the month of December for the Smite Twitchy League, it's gonna be Yamoja. And in your heart of hearts, didn't you kind of know it was gonna be Yamoja? Yamoja absolutely thrives at the top level of gameplay, and in the Smite Twitchy League, it is no less palpable. Yamoja's ability to CC targets and do absurd amount of damage to them is never unhelpful. She's got stuns on slows, on knockbacks, on knockups, on body blocks, on heals, on shields, on are you bored yet of how many things she has in her kit? Because I promise it's not very fun to play against her. Her early game lane clear, because of the fact that she doesn't truly have mana, she has the Omi, means she can just go ahead and spam in the lane, clear out those minions really fast, and you can immediately go for that 2v2 fight in the dual lane, oftentimes being able to get a kill or two as well before the enemy has a chance to even get that level 2. As you transition to the later stages of the game, of course, she works fantastic in team fights, as you can go less aggressive. You don't necessarily have to be using the damage oriented one so much. You can transfer that over to the 2, those mending waters, in order to get more heals and shields out. But if the enemy team ends up building anti-heal or something a ton, not a big deal. You can go right back to being a CC bot instead of a heal bot. Plus, she has the ability to close off so many corridors, not just with her ultimate, but also with her 3, being able to throw people backwards towards your team or propel your own team away from danger, guys. If you've ever played against Yamoja, you know why she is the #1 support in the Smite Twitchy League. Yamoja, of course, taking that top spot amongst all supports in the Smite Twitchy League, making her #1. This one really does make sense when you think about it. She is a support that traditionally is really good at the high end level. She usually struggles around the lower mid range of play, but when you're talking about support and the ability to carry from the support role, you're talking about players that really enjoy the support role, that are picking it on purpose, and because they're picking it on purpose, they're more likely to pick gods that they feel like they can carry with, that they feel like have the opportunities to set up the team immensely. Obviously, Yamoja has all of these capabilities in spades. She can get herself a bunch of kills, got a bunch of CC to set up the team. She's got a bunch of peel to keep people alive if they're getting themselves out of position. Absolutely no weaknesses to Yamoja, and that's why she takes the top spot of all the supports, and she takes it with a pretty significant lead over #2, being, of course, that Ganesha, guys. Hope you learned something here today about supports, and of course I hope you found some new gods to go play and win some games no matter where you're playing. But we would love to have you in the Smite Twitchy League, so if you want to join the Smite Twitchy League, go ahead and join the community Discord and make sure that you're a subscriber on Twitch. We'd love to have you come out play for those cash and prizes, guys. We got $1,500 of cash and prizes out here in January for the community, and I would love for you to get to win some. Thank you for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed it, and as always, folks, have a twitchin' day, y'all. Thank you for supporting the Twitchiest community. If you'd like to see more videos, make sure you subscribe to the channel and always hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss any of the upcoming videos. Thank you for all your support and have a twitchin' day, y'all.